Hey everybody, it's Spoonfuck here. We're covering the mid-chapter patch for Dead by Daylight. They just came out today, and we're just gonna try to kick out a video for it. Go over reviews and give us some thoughts and stuff. We're gonna try to keep it concise. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, so I apologize, for a little rough with it. you know, um, we hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and we can always appreciate a comment down below. Helps us with the algorithm so much. And while you're at it, also ding the bell. If you want to watch me play Dead by Daylight, I stream Dead by Daylight on Twitch. You can find the links down below. Yeah, so all that's out of the way. Let's go ahead and get right into it, all right? Okay, so patch notes. Yeah, this is a lot of people are saying this is a small patch. Looking at the developer notes from the public playtest, I don't think that it really is that small. And I think they put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of back end stuff. Obviously there's a lot of bug fixes. I expect that out of pretty much most any game these days, but there's some reworks in here, and from when in the developer notes they mentioned that they were fixing issues with the SPMM, the way it's connecting and things like that. So I imagine that didn't make it in here, but was something that they've also been working on quite a bit. So maybe we'll see it soon. Who knows? Anyway, so going right into it, we got some features that they've adjusted or fixed. Apparently the hit feedback will so basically when you hit hit feedback will be reduced for a rejected hit. So basically when you hit somebody and they dead hard at the same time, has that weird awkward situation where they scream and they don't go down and they dead hard, or vice versa. These weird little interactions that happen quite a bit should be less. That's good. We have a new feature. They're going to be able to toggle interactions. So when you're damaging a gen or kicking a gen, or repairing a gen or healing, you'll be able to toggle that on and off instead of holding the button, which is pretty cool. I always like that option. I play a lot of first-person shooters, and I like toggling, for instance, my crouch or my sprint, depending on the game. And they're also making it to where you can turn your run on and off here. A run to cancel, right? So yeah, that's going to be there's some new toggles for your different controls and things like that, which is cool. We got a beta feature. This is actually like something I want to talk about quite a bit. I actually think this is a really cool feature. So they're going to have a beta tab in the main menu now, where you can opt into what their beta tests are. From what I understand, it's only stuff that affects the one character. So a new UI, like for instance, the first feature that they're testing out is the wiggle feature. So they're changing the wiggle interaction, to where it's like a space bar. Instead of if you're on a PC, it's like a skill check. You have to set the space bar in the skill check window, and it's going to bounce back and forth. If you're on a controller, it's the bumpers. You're going to hit the bumpers back and forth, so you don't have the AD spam or button spam. Overall, I kind of like that idea of it. Probably will take some getting used to for the wiggle feature, but it will. The beta test feature will only apply to things like that, and so it's not going to do perk imbalances or reworks or add-on reworks or new mechanics, things that would be in a public playtest. I get it. I guess I understand that, because they probably don't want to divide the community consistently, but I think this is kind of missed opportunity. They should probably, the more you playtest something, the more balanced and more fixed it can get, right? And I think there's a lot less space here, to have a consistent beta test going on, in small portions, would probably, I imagine, be quite efficient and go a long way towards fixing a lot of those issues pretty quickly, because you'd have a little more data on what to do with it. Um, yeah, but the new feature is welcome. I think it's kind of cool, and you get extra blood points for doing it for like 10 matches, which is pretty neat. And yeah, I think it's a really cool addition. Um, we have some new content, so we're gonna have the new lunar event coming out today, in fact, and on January 26th, we're gonna have the new rift opening and with the new tomb, the Saw tomb, which is pretty cool. And we're also gonna have some cosmetic changes for Lisa Garland and Sybil Bennett. Um, those could be cool. I mean, there's a lot of great cosmetics in the game, so I have no doubt that they'll probably be interesting, at least. We got new Cenobite VO lines, voice lines for Cenobite. These were originally in the previous playtest when he was being playtest, but were taken out. I don't know if they've added in completely new ones either, or why they were taken out. But yeah, all right, cool. There's some voice lines for Cenobite. We have some add-ons. Getting onto the add-ons. We have Blight as Adrenaline Vial, has a decreased rush turn rate of 0.5 degrees per second, where it was 0.8 degrees per second. I don't play Blight, so I guess that's cool for Blight players. Yeah, all right, cool. You can decrease the turn rate. Doesn't really seem that impactful. Maybe it is. I don't know. Getting on to the Cannibal, the Carburetor Tuning Guide, the Death Gauge Rake have had decreased movement speed penalties. The add-on Iridescent Flesh has decreased maximum tantrum duration for 5 seconds. Okay. And Long Guide Bar has increased chainsaw revving threshold to 2 seconds where it was 1. I don't really know why Cannibal is getting buffs to his add-ons. He has an extremely powerful ability already. You know, his chainsaw is a one-hit down out of the box. You don't really have to do much. And yeah, it's a little hard to control at times, but you know, if you main Cannibal, your Basement Bubba or something, right? You know how to use his chainsaw sweep, and his chainsaw sweep has a pretty wide range. And movement speed is going to make him faster. I just don't know where this is coming from. It didn't seem like Cannibal needed help. Maybe he did. I don't know. They took out the Survivor mask because it was there was a lot of issues with it being like racist. You could see more about their post on that on the developer forums, obviously. Clown has some add-ons changed. Robin Feather increased bottle throw cooldown to 40% where it was 30. And Flask of Bleach is decreased the hindered penalty for intoxication to 4%. And Pinky Finger now reduces the bottle count by 2. All that's is what it is. Clown's an okay character. I like the fact that it they changed the Pinky Finger, right? Because that was Clown's a weird character. I don't really like Clown either. I don't play Clown, so I guess it is what it is. Hope it seems like they're pretty good changes. Again, I don't really know why they were necessary, but maybe they were just testing data. Who knows? Pig got some changes. Amanda's Letter decreases the bear traps to 2, where it was 1. That is a buff. The bear traps are kind of RNG, so I mean that could be really strong in a lot of cases. Giving her aura reading only half of her normal bear trap ability. Pretty good. Although they did decrease the charge of ambush attack for the last will, which is like one of her strongest add-ons, in my opinion. And the ambush attack is honestly like her ability. Like that's really where her ability strength is to be able to charge her attack. And she's already slow. She already has a tell for it, and I don't know why they decreased it. Pig didn't seem like she was over strong. Just saying. In fact, she probably needs to be buffed a lot more, honestly. Twins. This is a lot of people are talking about the twins. Nerfs. They did get some add-ons to increase exposed duration for Crushing Victor. which is cool. Increased blindness duration for crushing attached victor for 30 seconds. That's cool. But like, I don't really know how to affect it. Again, I'm not getting crushed by twins players, so I never really thought that they were buff and didn't really seem needed. Nemesis got a big nerf to a number of his things, but also some of his things. Well, one of them was a correction. So this iridescent umbrella badge text now lists correct duration at 60 seconds, where it was the text said it was 30 seconds, but it already worked for 60 seconds apparently. So they just fixed that, and they increased the zombie movement speed for the generator to 150%, where it was 100%, which is I actually kind of like that. Like, I like zombie speed increases. Zombies are the most interesting aspect of his ability, in my opinion. But they also at the same time reduced, for Mikhail's Eye, they reduced the movement speed bonus 35%. Yeah, they also decreased the mutation rate modifier tentacle strike to 25%, which sucks again. Like, is he making it even harder to use his ability, which honestly is not blowing anybody's mind, in my opinion. Like, you already have to get it up to like stage 2 just to hurt people with it. But Cannibal is easier to one hit down somebody. Just saying. Huntress, Adam, Wooden Fox increased undetectable duration to reload to 30 seconds, where it was 15 seconds. That's actually really cool. That's a cool thing. 15 seconds wasn't really a whole lot anyway. Oni, the iridescent family crest, increased the screen radius to 24 meters, where it was 12 meters. See, this actually is a good change, because I actually like, when you're looking at this add-on, it was like, why take it over the other one? You know, like, yeah, you could take both, but 12 meters isn't really that much. 24 meters, now it's pretty significant. That's like, you're getting into the point where it's like almost as good as an infectious fright. So, you know, you don't have to run infectious fright now. You just can just do that, which is pretty cool. The real interesting part of this is the survivor perks. So yeah, boil over got a big buff. Increased wiggle strafe intensity to 50, 75, and 100%, where it was 20, 50, and 75%. That's really good. Increased hook obscure radius to 16 meters, 10 to where it was 10, 12, and 14. I wonder if they changed the other ones. Like, what's the weaker versions of it? They don't list that here. Interesting. You gain 25% wiggle progress when the killer drops from great heights. That is actually a huge thing, at least for me, right? A lot of times when you down somebody outside a shack and the basement's in shack, right? You cut that corner to drop down to get to the basement hooks quicker. Now, if you do that, you risk them getting out, especially with them being able to struggle much more intensely. You have to go all the way to the end of the stairs and down, and if they're running boil over, they're probably going to get out, right? I think overall, that's pretty awesome changes to boil over. It's really good changes. Distortion increased token count to 4, where it was 3. Okay. Distortion's an okay perk. It gives you information about what the killer's running a lot of times, whether or not they're running barbecue or nurses, or if you're paying attention anyway. So one more token though, like not breaking the world, but still, it's pretty decent. Buckle up, increase the aura reveal duration to 6, 8, and 10 seconds, where it was 4, 5, and 6. Sure. That is neither here nor there. It's okay. Wake up, increase the Axigade speed boost to 15, 20, and 25%. That's pretty cool. That's I'm not complaining about it. It remains to be seen, because they're also nerfing Remember Me too. So I mean, I guess we'll see. You know, doesn't seem that huge though. Power struggle, decrease the activation threshold to 25, 20, and 15% wiggle progress, where it was 30 or 35, 30, and 25%. I like the fact that they're buffing the wiggling perks, the anti-wiggling perks, or the anti carrying perks, I should say. Because that, you know, means that people will be harder to bring hook a little bit more. You'll have to like account for that, and you'll have to like down somebody. You're gonna want to down somebody next to a hook. If you're too far from a hook, or you basically end up using a hook, all your hooks in one area of the map, and you end up basically being separated from your inner hooks. This seems like a little bit more map control going on, and it also helps with the anti-tunneling like argument. Circle of Healing has decreased its healing speed bonus for 65, 70, and 75%. I think everybody knew that this was coming. It was really strong, super strong perk. It still is pretty strong at 75%, still super strong, and worth taking in my opinion. But yeah, it was pretty anticipated. I like the fact that they're doing this stuff to the wiggling though, like with the wiggling perks. Killer perks. These are mostly interesting. Gearhead, after has been changed to after a survivor loses a health state, it activates. And the aura is revealed for 6, 8, and 10 seconds. I think that's the same. And then deactivates. That's good. It made basically a worthless perk sort of usable. You can actually kind of combo it. Well, like the fact that Gearhead's effect is mediocre at best, but now it means to where if it's more consistent, because since survivors will lose health states, you don't have to just hit them with basic attacks, right? So it's knocking in one of those barriers to the perk. They still have to do great skill checks, but there are things that you can combo that to make that more happen, like oppression, for instance, or to where they have to proc more skill checks, or if they're taking things like that increase their skill checks, make that more viable. Although none of those perks are really super good from what I understand, so a little weird. Remember Me, trigger condition changed to the obsession, losing a health state where it was triggered only on a basic attack. I don't know, they may have nerfed this into the ground, this perk here. It is pretty strong when comboed with other perks, No Way Out and Blood Warden and Noed. If you're going full tilt, you're not getting out of this match. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Coup de Grace increased lunge distance to 70, 75, and 80%. That's acceptable, I guess. It still has a very limited use. And you can't really control it, because if you use any of your basic attacks, then you're going to use that. So it's like any opportunity you have an attack, you're going to want to take that, right? So yeah, I can see this being really super good for certain killers, Myers. You just basically play the long distance Tombstone Myers build that's toxic as hell, and then you get a bunch of crazy lunges. Cool. All right. Furtive Chase has they effective removed. You lose all your tokens for obsession, sacrificed, or killed. That's really super good. Furtive Chase is a really good perk. And when your obsession goes, losing it kind of sucks. So it's pretty cool. I like perks that reduce fear radius and everything like that, because it means you can get that more jump scare effect. Oh yeah, Dead Man Switch. This is my favorite one. Remove the obsession mechanic. Perk now triggers after hooking any survivor. I think this might actually be the strongest one. It's probably a little too strong now. This can combo off a lot of things. You can shut down gens all game long. Is that needed? Probably. Brand new parts of thing. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and I like it. I like it because it's I like Death Singer. And playing Death Singer after they nerfed his ADS, it was it's a little harder and a little bit more frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. So his perks getting kind of buffs, and yeah, that's cool. Fixed a bunch of bugs. There's a lot of bugs they fixed. Yeah. They reworked Nurse's backend code. And this is why I think this is actually kind of bigger than it seems. They reworked the Nurse's code. Like that's not a small feat. So I don't main Nurse. I've played Nurse. I don't I don't know if I've ran into any of her bugs necessarily. And I think I have bugged out once or twice, but I'm glad that they took the time because I have heard that her powers are extremely buggy. Cool. Like I hope if you're a Nurse player, comment, let me know what you're thinking of these new changes and if they're good. You're having her use your power. We'll try Nurse a little bit, and I don't know if like I would notice the difference though. Fixed the PTB. They had some PTB issues. Yeah, I don't. There's a bunch of stuff in here I don't really understand because I didn't play in the PTB. So, also, the 3 maps have been disabled. Coldwood Farm, the fractured cowshed on Coldwood Farm, Father Campbell's Chapel on the Penn Asylum, and Haddonfield. Now, I think we got leaked that Haddonfield was getting reworked, but yeah, I think if they're reworking, if they're disabled because they're reworking them, it's awesome. It's awesome. Some of the maps are just like really bad. Haddonfield has like the House of Pain, for instance. That's crazy. Campbell cannot break the pallet after survivor or hitting a survivor at the same chainsaw sweep. Okay. I mean that's kind of a nerf for Cannibal, or actually, sorry, it's making Cannibal work the way he should work. Meg Death Guard mask not available to some players. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, okay, cool. Those are the notes. So we're gonna be playing Dead by Daylight tonight and on Twitch. So come by and stop by. I'm like I said, this is just like a super quick put this out there, try to get out in the same day. Let me know what you think. If I'll try to spruce it up with some music or something that you're probably hearing right now. But yeah, there you go. Till next time. Take it easy, guys. I'm gonna do a little dance. This is my uncomfortable dance.